Hello, thank you for tuning in to the Miss Blue Radio Show. I have a lot lovely guests tonight, virtual. Vero G is live with me. Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. I'm honored to be here. Thank you.
Yes, I love to interview different people and especially music artists. And I was like, what more better than a Latin music artist, right?
Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it.
I want to say that you're my first Latin artist.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've
I'm,
done country and rap, but not Latin yet.
well, I'm honored. I'm honored.
Yeah, so let's talk about your experience. One of the things that stood out was last year was a really one of the biggest years for you because you were actually nominated for a Latin music award. So let's talk about that because that's a really big deal.
Definitely not a problem. So yeah, as of last year, it was for the fifth LDM award show, and I promoted the song so heavily, and it was all those people that voted for me, and I appreciate everyone who got a chance to. And I got the Latin. It was for 2021 Latin Artist of the Year for the song "Como Me Vente Conmigo," which I had the honor and opportunity to work with Cuba Link himself on that song. So it was an amazing project and great outcome. Yeah.
Whoa! So how did you even get into doing writing and performing Latin music?
That's a good question. I would say it starts from the true beginnings of my many years ago, starting out in my career. And I would feel like my family instilled in that, being a Latina and embracing my own community. I felt like I had to put that part of my music career. Like, no matter what I do, I just always had to embrace my Latin side to it. And with that in mind, I felt like, I'm connected to my roots, I'm connected to my people, I'm also connected to my community. And I want to help as many people as possible along the way to let them know that they can also achieve their goals that way.
Absolutely, and I want to just add that I have a lot of respect for Latin artists. I listened to Pitbull, I listened to Jennifer Lopez, I listened to a lot of Latin artists. So I think that it is amazing that you're in that lane. Do you think that you get a fair shot as a Latin artist? Do you see that there's also an opportunity, or do you feel like more Latin artists needs to be known of?
It's as good as you say that because I seen the change, the impact recently in a couple of years. Prior to that, we were kind of secluded in a sense, and now I notice like Maluma, J Lo, the list goes on. Of many mainstream artists out there who really paved the way for independent artists like myself, or in that genre, like to go forward and to continue on their legacy and also my own legacy and help others, like I said, along the way to open those doors for many people. Yeah.
That's true because another one of my favorite Latin artists was Selena.
Yes, yes, same here.
Okay,
Hands down.
yeah, you cannot mention Selena, and I really think yes. When I seen her as a kid, I thought, wow, she's not only is she just gorgeous, this woman is has a powerhouse for a voice. So I thought that maybe it would open up the doors, and then I didn't really see a lot of Spanish artists other than Fat Joe on the rap side. So yeah, I definitely think it's a lane, and I want to say also that I saw you perform.
Oh, you said, oh my god.
I did my homework, and you sound really good. Like you look like a natural on stage, and everybody I saw them waving their hand and feeling it. So what is that? What is it like before you? Is there an alter ego? Like, is this you off the stage, or will you go on stage as somebody new?
That's the first nobody ever asked me that question. It's true story. Nobody ever asked me that question. True story. I would say when I go on stage, it's not an alter ego thing. It's more like when I go on stage, it's a spiritual sense. I feel when I go on, yeah, when I go on that stage, it's something that doesn't take over me, but it's something that I feel is a higher presence around me, and it makes me do what I have to do on stage and do my all and my best to provide great entertainment for anybody who's watching or being as an audience.
Let me tell you something, girl. I saw you in the crowd. It's one thing to get on stage, and I think people look at it and it's like, oh, what she doing is easy. But as an artist, I see you and I'm like, oh, this is not her first rodeo. She's been performing like she's been on her grind.
Thank
So
you.
who? Yeah, you're welcome. So who are some of the artists that you've collaborated with, like through your span of doing music?
Yeah, sure, definitely. So one, as I mentioned, Cuba Link is one of them. Real lyrics. A lot of independent artists I've had the opportunity to have worked with in the past. Like I said, real lyrics. Just a few people. I don't know some of my head right now, so many people, but just everyone who I had the opportunity to have worked with in the past. I want to thank them and just work with them in that
Yeah,
sense.
absolutely. Do you think the independent market is open for independent artists? I mean, for a while, everybody was glued to mainstream. You're an indie artist, you're not getting a lot of love, a lot of support. How has your personal experience as an independent artist been?
That's a good question. I would say it's a lot. It's a load because a lot of people don't understand, and DC scene is still a struggle. It's still mainstream get a lot of support because they get a backing and funding and all that sorts. As being an independent artist, you're basically your own sponsor. You're providing investing money in your own pocket to put for showcases, for open mics, studio time. That's pocket money that you have to save up and budget out, and also promoting, marketing. There's so much behind that. So pretty much it's a load, but I feel like overall, as long as you have a great budget and a great team behind you to back you, it comes down the line. You see the benefits later on. I feel like for anybody out there, independent artists, they can all relate to what I'm talking about right now, especially these tough times with COVID and everything. It has put a strain on a lot of people financially. Yeah, and I feel down the line it will get better in due time. But for now, it a lot of independent artists out there financially is hard for them. To balance out a budget or to make a music video. That's money right there they have to put in. So with that said, I think it's just a balance and knowing how to put your money in the right places and see it grow. Yeah,
You know what? That's well said.
thank
Because
you.
definitely being an independent artist, you are funding everything, and you don't
Yes,
have the machine behind you. You're. I think independent artists are happy to just have two or three good people in their corner, right?
very true.
At their shows and things like that. So what is your creative process like? You write your own music?
Yes, yes.
Oh,
All
so yeah, walk with me. Like walk me through your writing process and what gets you motivated and things like that.
Definitely not a problem. So I've been writing music since the age of like 15. Actually, I started doing poetry first, and then down the line, yeah, I'm still my poetry's on the side. Sometimes I do poetry books and all that. That's another story. But thank you, thank you, thank you. No, no, but yeah. So getting back to that, I feel like poetry was first my first real writing kind of thing for me, and I kind of extended down the line. Just a big shout out to my English teacher, Miss Thompson, who kind of influenced me and said, poetry is a kind of first thing to also extend it to songwriting. So I said, that makes sense, and I was like, I'm in high school. So after that, I said, let me go and give it a shot. And the age of, I remember I was in 10th grade, 15 years old. It was my first song, Teardrops, I wrote. And yeah, I lived down the line in life. Yeah, later on in life, I had received recognition for that song because I was working at Beth Abraham. It was a like a elderly home, and they have like sources for like studio time to help their rehab and stuff like that, or something like that. And I was able. Yeah, they had a program, and I was able to be a part of it, and I helped them out, and I got a little something out of it. So I was like, "Yeah, cool, first experience."
Right?
Yeah, definitely. But
Amazing.
n- no, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. No, but I guess going back to what you were saying. I felt down the line, the songwriting thing. It takes a lot because you have to really know which song you want to kind of put the concept, the writing, and all that sorts. And but like I said, it started with the poetry, down the line to songwriting, and with every song I have written, everything is original. I wanted to put something that could resonate people or make them relatable, so people could relate to the pain or love or things that we all could go through. And I wanted to put that something special on each song.
I'm sitting up here cheesing. For one, that's amazing. But
Thank
it's
you.
very so often that I interview someone and they say that they started writing poems because that's how I started myself. It's
Oh,
so
okay.
crazy how a poem can be formatted the same way their song. So it's so interesting that you said that. So I know with you saying that you are an actual writer. I would consider
Yes.
you when you tell me that you started writing poems first and then you started songwriting. I consider those type of people to actually that's a gift.
Thank you.
as a gift. Not everyone is blessed to receive. So kudos to you on that.
Thank you.
So you've done a lot. You've collaborated with Cuban Link and a bunch of other artists. Who else would you like to collaborate? I would say, like, I like to ask this question: who is your dream
Ooh.
collaboration? People is always like, I can't just choose one person.
Exactly.
One person. I'm so sorry. One person. Who would it be?
Oh man,
And why?
I no, definitely. I've always said this is something I started talking a while back, but I'll say it again. I always said Neo. He is an amazing producer, amazing songwriter, and I love his music. I mean, he hasn't done much in a while because I don't know, maybe COVID and so forth, but
Mhm.
his music is so romance, all that R&B kind of stuff. So I like that, kind of mix it in there.
Me and you have some stuff in common, Miss Thing. Cause
Oh
yes, I'm a Neo fan. You know he wrote To the Left Beyonce.
yes,
Yeah.
yes,
And I'm always like, well, irreplaceable. And I'm like, if this man wrote this song, it was originally made for him, but he
yes.
gave it to her. And so I'm just like, he's a genius. That's like one of my favorite Beyonce songs.
Ooh,
So that would be cool if you could collaborate with Neo. You would have to call Miss Blue so I can just at least sit in the studio
I
and
got
sit
you.
down and down. That's a big promise.
No doubt, no doubt.
Yes. Okay. So on your journey of doing this music, you talked about how you're still living your life behind the scenes, but you're still making music, and people don't know that. Who is someone that has inspired you to just keep going, and what was the best advice that they have given you on your journey?
Ah, that's a good one. I would say there's a few people that have inspired me, like my family, my loved ones, my fans. Um, I think overall it's just the great support system I have, which is I like to have a small circle, because if they continue being loyal to me through the ups and downs and whatever situations I've gone through, that loyalty is everything for me. So with those people that have stuck around with me till now to this day, I that means a lot to me. With that said and done, yeah, it's just pretty much I respect with the loyalty thing with friends and fans and supporters and that sorts. And yeah, I think the main thing to me is just it's the respecting. It's the respect value, and people that keep they rock with you in essence, whatever you're doing. Yeah.
Absolutely, like true. I don't call them fans. I call them supporters. Because at
Yes.
first I'm not Rihanna, so I don't feel like I have fans. But
Okay.
supporters, you're right. Absolutely. The people that's been down from day one and has never missed a beat. Like kudos to those people. And just, again, kudos to you because you are doing your thing.
Thank you. Appreciate
So I'm so sorry I did not ask you this because
it. It's okay.
we've just been in the moment. But where are you from?
Yeah, no problem. I'm here in New York City. Yeah.
New York. Okay, so I've interviewed a New York artist, but it was the rapper. So
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you for the Latin scene because this would be interesting. How is it in New York for like the whole Latin scene? Is it a lot of showcases that showcase Latin artists? Like, how is that music scene out there?
That's a good question. Honestly, I've been here for a long time, and I honestly could tell you there's a few, not too many that really support the Latin scene. It's
Oh,
more like, yeah, in New York City it's mostly like more hip hop, R&B, that I what I seen, but mostly Latin. It's it's lacking. That's what I think they really need to more focus on too. Like the other genres, like they have rock too, rock bands and that sorts. But here in New York City, they don't really focus a lot on the Latin community, which is crazy because it's here. If you come to New York City, there's five boroughs. It's like so up. It's a lot of minorities. I'm a minority myself, so I see it, and I'm like, hello, like
right.
yeah.
Oh,
So yeah, it sucks, but I'm trying. I'm trying to push as many doors as possible, if anything. Yeah.
okay, and see, that's again when I interviewed the rapper, it was a different story too. But like you said, it's just I wonder why it's so different to tap into the Spanish or the Latin artists. I mean, we got Baby Bash. I mean, we got some good dope Latin
Yeah.
artists. Pitbull. I'm telling you, I listen to my Latin artists. Like it's just crazy. Like I'm really surprised, but I think that you definitely should keep pushing and just open. You know, as doors continue to open, you never know, something that you're doing might open the door for another Latin artist. You just never ever know.
Um,
So, my next favorite question to ask: if you were not pursuing your music, what career would you be pursuing?
Man, you got me there. So actually, true story. Before even doing this years ago, I was actually considering two things: either being a teacher, because I was taking a master's for MST, for master's degree. So that was like 2 or 3 years ago. So I always had a backup plan just in case, but it didn't work out. So I said, you know what? Maybe it's just destiny for me to continue doing songwriting and music and take it from there. And also, I wanted to become a nurse, but that didn't work out. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go with God tells me what to do. I'll just go his direction. Yeah,
You know what? You can't go wrong under God's guidance. I just
that's
tweeted. I said, God, keep guiding me, please. Because if I follow my own lead, I'd be following, going into the wrong direction.
exactly.
I don't know what I be doing, but yeah, I'm thankful for his guidance. So that a nurse is always something good because we need more people to help, help people and stuff like that. So I can feel that in your spirit, like a nurturer, helping type of person. So that's cool. But right now we are hoping and praying for Vera G music to just get on the charts, okay? Because we need some Latin inspiration. Like, it's
Yes.
beautiful music. What would you what would you describe your Latin music as? Because when I was listening to some of your music, it sounded like you also have like a gospel intertwine going on. So, do you sing gospel music? Is that something that you put inside of your Latin music?
So my music is weird because like I know how everybody's like, oh, they have a certain genre and that sorts. So
Right,
me,
right.
yeah. So with me, I like to blend it. I usually do hip hop, pop, R&B, Latin. So gospel, actually, the song you talking about, "Let Him Heal You," that's out now, which is available at all digital platform, guys. That Get that out. Is at the Here I Am album. So please support them if you guys get a chance to. But back to "Let Him Heal You." So that's out for some time, and that song, it's the first time I ever did a gospel song. First time. I never did it before. And a quick backstory to that, how it came about. I did like around a year ago or so. And that's we're still going through the COVID situation and everything. So with that in mind, I felt like I wanted to do a song that people to know that, no matter what you're going through, because we're going through hard times, that God is still there. The faith, we need to have the faith and to continue healing in our own different ways. And with that said, that's why I made that song. And it was pretty much the first time ever. And it was for my fans and my supporters and people just to know that God is there, you know.
That's a very beautiful song because that's the one where when I watched the video and I was just like, oh, okay. So my soul, something happened to my soul because I looked and I kind of had a little tear. I saw the people waving their hand, but we're going through times right now where we need music like that. It's cool to do the party stuff. Trust me, I'm all for it, but we need to know that it's other relatable things, and people are really going through it, like you said, because of COVID. What has been some of the things that kept your creative juices flowing? We started with this COVID. I want to say it was March of 2019, and
Yes.
then we got shut down. I think New York was shut down for a while. I can't remember. How have you kept your brain flowing, your mental, your everything going with all this COVID going on?
That's a good question. I would say when COVID just started hitting us over here in New York City, I was like, you know what, I'm a type of person. I'm overthinking too much. I have to always do something. So with that time, I actually made the Victory album, which during when COVID just started. Luckily, the studio was open. I said, I'm going in. I'm going to work. So
Oh,
yeah,
that's
I was
right.
like, no, 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 no. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go and do what I have to do. And luckily, after we just did the Victory album, we did the Victory tour. We did a few locations in New York City and that sorts, upstate as well, and then the Queens and that. And I said, I'm gonna take advantage of this and promote. As much as I can with this album and get it out there. So, yeah, and just had the opportunity to a couple times perform with Cuban Link in person. The song "Come With Me, Vete Conmigo." So, yeah, it was just been. It was actually I took advantage of it. I said I'm going
I,
out there.
I know that's right. You look, but even if say you only get one shot, do not miss your chance to blow.
That's right, Eminem. That's right, 8 Ball. That's
I
right.
think 2008. I played that song every time I did anything.
Same here. That was my song at
Yes.
the time.
So you're right to take the the opportunities because you just never know if you'll get that opportunity again. So that's good that you did that. Seriously. So who produced this current album?
Okay, so this album, I use various producers online, and I had to make sure I get the paperwork, situation, all that said and done. But it was a few producers I used, and it was just a great. It was great to work with my amazing engineer, Mr. Wilson, on these two albums. This one called "Here I Am," and then "Energy," which is my fifth EP album coming out this year. So yeah, I've been working since last
Oh,
year.
I
I've
was
been.
going to say you are working.
Thank you, thank you.
So Energy is the newer one that's coming out this year.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes. So you got exclusive right now. So you getting it's coming out soon.
Oh,
It's coming out soon.
I
I
love
don't know.
exclusive.
Oh yeah, you already know. You right.
Okay, so who are some of the artists that you featured on the current one and Energy? If you
Okay.
don't mind.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So the here no problem for the Here I Am album. That one I believe I have Lydia Caesar a song called Tomorrow, which is on that album we're featured on that one, and then I believe the Energy one I have I think a few, but I one of them is Brianna or Tyler or Tyson. I don't know the full name, but I know that's one of her names. I think Bryson something I forgot, but she's on. It's an R&B very sexy song. It's called oh god I don't want to say it. Oh, wait till it comes up. Wait till it comes up. But I don't want to sound give too much away. It's called "Front of You." That's the name of the
I'm
song.
gonna get here to pick it out of you too. So I'm gonna let you
Woo.
wait.
No, no, but no. The title of that song is called "Front of You," which is kind of you know.
Sexy.
Yeah, here we go. Adult content. There we go.
I,
Oh
I have to check
my.
it all out. I want to hear and this. So the current one is
Yes.
being streamed on all platforms. Spotify being one of them, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
cool. Because I gotta get that and share it to my page and let people know to go streaming it. Let's talk about the streaming era.
Yes.
How do you feel about it? I mean, I'm just now being okay with it, but I'm not gonna lie. I don't look at the numbers. I just make the music because I love to do it. How do you feel about the streaming era?
Definitely not a problem. So, I will be honest with you. I'm old school. Like I'm like you. Like I still sell CDs on the side. So I'm kind of like the 50 Cent with the truck.
Oh,
Like yo,
okay. Yeah.
you know,
Blind
exactly. Like I gotta make my dollar. I don't want the other streets to take my money and I get a short change. And so I was like, let me give a full amount.
Oh my 2 for 15.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you. Get a good discount. Get something.
Oh,
But no, but true story. So I just recently was getting now like I'm like 2 years ago. I was just getting used to like the streamings and how like to work. How to figure that out. I would say the I'm with it in some sense because you get your song out there to different other stores and people get to it's accessible. People get to go on and buy it. But to me the con about it is the fact that I don't know who's buying my stuff. I want to know face value. Like okay, hey, I met you because I did it before when I did my first earlier versions of my work. I will meet people in train station. Hey, nice to meet you. Here's the money. Transaction. Let's take pictures. I would like to meet my fans or my people who are buying my stuff, my supporters. But you don't get that online. You just click okay, how many streams you got, and that's about it.
yeah, that's true. And I think for me, that's why I don't look at the
Yeah.
streams. I don't. I realize, if you love to do this, just do it. And because I don't think I've really gotten used to it either. But I'm definitely like you with the CDs on the streets, because like
Yes.
personal connection. Like I'm like Lisa. What did you think about Track 7, girl? Like I can talk to you and say on like, did you even stream it?
Very true. Very true.
Serious.
Yes.
So have you met any celebrities like in your career span?
I would say when I was working, not at the moment now. Like I met a few people here and there. Like I had the opportunity to this guy's the actor David something Zion, I think Zion something like that, who actually met him a couple years back off Broadway show, and we connected and I had him on my show as well. But prior to that, Cuba Link and him, I did meet a few celebrities when I was working with Al Sharpton years ago at the Change Choir. Yeah, I saw Judge Mathis. I saw the lady from Channel 7. I forgot her name.
My favorite
Um,
girl,
yeah,
Judge Mathis.
yeah, he looks good in person. Let me tell you. Ooh. And
He
I
is
gotta,
so amazing, baby.
yes, and I gotta tell you a quick story. You want to hear a good one? So,
Yes.
oh, definitely, definitely. So, we did a couple years back. We went at the Sheraton Hotel where they do a Martin Luther King thing every year. And me and the choir, we were able to perform there live in front of all these celebrities. It was like a luncheon or kind of dinner kind of thing going on there. So with that in mind, I was behind, the scenes at the stage with the ladies. We're about to get ready to go on stage. Who do I meet? And I'm like, this guy is fine. It was
Oh,
Rob. It was Robin Thicke. He was
oh,
the announcer there at that time, and he's so tall. And I'm like 5 something feet. He is like almost 7 feet or 6 feet tall. And I'm like, wow. And
oh.
true story, he came up to us. He was like, ladies, kill it, have a good time. He came up to me personally, came up to my hand, kissed my hand. When he
Oh.
left, I told the ladies they were laughing. I said, I would never wash this hand. I swear to God, that I had a I had that moment in my life I will never forget.
How long did it take for you to finally wash the hand, Vero? How long?
2 days, 2 days.
Okay.
Well, I
You
had
know,
to because I was like, yeah,
my friend got kissed by Trey Songz and she didn't wipe her face for a week. I was like, girl, you better wipe
woo,
your damn face.
yeah, because you don't know what. Listen, that's another day for the story for that.
God, what are you doing? So yeah,
Exactly.
I have to take her to get a facial and stuff. We don't do that. But nah, that's cool. Never mind me. I'm acting crazy.
No,
But
it's okay.
what is some advice that you would like to give to? I don't want to just say another Latin artist because I don't want to define you as just that. You are a writer. You're an artist. You also. We're going to get into your other thing too. But what kind of advice would you give someone that's trying to do music or entertainment? Period.
It's funny. I just mentioned this yesterday, but I mentioned it here. I think there's a three elements for just anyone who wants to pursue anything, and that don't be an artist; it be anyone in general. I say the first one is being consistent. That's key. Second thing is be humble. You have to always be humble, and the third thing, which I always feel it intertwines with pretty much with everything that goes into one. I feel like is giving back. You have to give back no matter what you do in life. If you become big or if you have just anything you have, organization or something, give back, because when you give back, it comes back to you in good. I always believe in that.
That is so true. I thrive on being a humanitarian. People laugh when I say that word, but
Aww.
it's true. And I was a pastor's child, so I had no choice
Yes.
at the beginning of my life. It was like we were feeding the homeless and trying to figure out why are we having to do some of these activities. But you're absolutely correct, and I love this part of life, giving back to my community, because how can I ask my community to support me if I don't support my community? And
Yes.
that's just what that is.
Very true.
So we haven't even gotten to the talk show. I have
Ooh.
to woman, what don't you do? So you also have a radio talk show,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay, so how did you transition into doing radio? So now you're merging your music into the radio world. That's a whole radio is a different beast than music.
Yeah.
I know you can agree. How was the transition, and what has this experience in radio been like?
Yeah, definitely not a problem. So, let me get a quick backstory to that. So, actually, we been making this year 4 years. Prior to the radio, before the radio, we been doing the Vero G Spotlight TV show. So the TV show started first out. We're doing that this year, continue on with more guests and all that sorts. we branched off the TV show to radio because I talked to my management. I said, listen, what's the next thing artists want? What they want: promotions, they want, all the stuff, they want TV exposure, and they want radio. So I said, perfect, let's do it. And we put our heads together, and we make it 2 years strong this year for the Vero G Spotlight Radio Show. And it's been the ups and highs. You know how it is. It's ups and downs on it. But it's been just amazing to see amazing everyone who come on the show, be a part of it and embrace the show, what we do, and just being inspiring to help other people along the way as well with that. Yeah.
That is amazing because I'm telling you, like you say, we both know how that goes. It's
Yes,
radio is very competitive. People don't. I don't think they know that it's very
it
competitive. But
is.
I want to ask you: do you feel like another reason why you got into radio is because you see how hard it is yourself as an independent artist, and knowing, see now you know what you want as an independent artist and what you didn't have or don't have, and maybe you're also now trying to get back to that artist I was asking you about.
Exactly. You're right on point. You got me. You got me. So yeah, that's the reason why we did the whole brand, the Vero G Spotlight brand, because we want to get, that's the purpose. Because I seen years ago as an artist, saw a lot of promoters, they try to scam these artists out here. They charge a whole lot, and then you don't get none of what they ask for, offer, or the A&Rs they call those. So I said, you know what? I'm tired of it. I'm tired of abusing these artists that work very hard to, give a little money to try to get their name out there. So with that in mind, that's why we provided this platform for the TV show, the radio show, and the magazine. And with that said, that's why we want to provide a platform for all talent, not only artists, all talent, all types of everyone that wants to be heard, their voices to be heard and to be inspired and also be uplifted, and know that there's a place for them that are welcoming to them, so they could go and do what they have to do.
And can you shout out your magazine too?
Yes, yes. Actually, I have February issue.
Okay,
So thank you,
nice,
baby. Thank you. Yes, and also we'll talk because I want to have you on the ad here on April issue.
absolutely.
So we'll talk. We'll talk definitely.
Yeah,
But
because I.
beside,
Oh, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead.
No, no, you're good. You're good. You're good. So yes, so guys, this is February issue, which I'm honored to be on here. This is the magazine, Vero G Spotlight magazine. This is hard copy and online. It's both options if you guys want to order that, and or you get if you get hard copy, you get either way you get digital, so it's fine. But you guys could get that available at www.madcloud.com. You could type up Vero G Spotlight magazine and check out all the issues. We'll be making 3 years of the magazine in October this year. So yeah, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Out of work. You are doing it, and I really believe. I try not to be like a hopeless. They got hopeless romantic, and I'm just like a hopeless dreamer. But I really pray that people like you and myself, we get compensated for our hard work because I do believe it pays off. Running a business as an entrepreneur and a female,
It's hard.
that's challenging all by itself. And the fact that you're an amazing music artist, and then you have a talk show, and then you have a magazine, and then the other things that you do, that is a lot. So I definitely want to, we're gonna stay connected, but I want to bring my artists that I've interviewed as well, and that's trying to get more exposure to bring, more business to you
Thank
from
you.
my platform. Yeah, because I know I just bought some copies of a publication I was in. Shout out to
Oh,
the Pink Magazine. Yeah, so
nice. Congratulations.
it's one big networking hub. I believe they say your network is your net worth.
Yes, that's
So,
true.
and I'm trying to increase my net worth, so that means I gotta start more networking.
No, that's good. That's good. Yeah, definitely.
So, is there? I tried to touch on everything that I could possibly think of. Was there anything that I left out in regards on the music side, the radio side, something coming up that you want to talk about? Anything?
Well, right now, at the moment, what the works I'm doing besides the Energy album, which will be out this year. Yay! Besides that, yeah. So, I'm thinking so much right now. We have two showcases coming up. One coming up this at the end of March. Another coming in April in New York City. So if you know anybody that's interested, yeah, please, let us know. Besides that, we're working on more work. just check out more things we're working on right now with the magazine, the radio, TV, music. We have documentaries also. You could check it out on my YouTube channel, Vero G Spotlight Magazine. Sorry, Vero G Spotlight Network. That's the YouTube channel. So many things on mine. um, yeah, check out my documentary, which is called Trials and Tribulations. Definitely go support that. It's on my YouTube channel, which we got that. I think it was this year, I believe. This year. Oh no,
Can
no,
you
wait,
send
last
me,
year.
can you send me that link so I can promote that on my page?
Oh
You the
yes,
documentary?
I got you. I got
Yeah,
you.
I'll get that link.
Okay, got you. I'll send that to you. We got actually. It was one of the Nevada Film Festival. It got picked up there. We didn't win, but it got screened.
Yeah, that's a
So
big deal. Congrats.
thank you, thank you, thank you. I was putting everywhere. Like it got to be seen somewhere. Yeah. So yeah, it's a lot of work we're doing. So more projects. We're working on more things right now. I won't say too much. I might be
Yeah.
doing a tour this year, so I don't know yet, but I'll let
Okay.
you know. So
Well, if you do, you can't. You don't forget Texas, okay?
woo,
No, no,
yes.
look. I'm from Houston. We don't really talk like that. We do have some Southern bells, but don't forget good old Texas.
Oh, shoot, I would love to go down there. Yes.
Yeah, I think to a nice hookah bar. We could go get some food and some drinks, and that's
Ooh.
that's yeah. I love the Houston night scene.
Oh, nice. I like that. I
Yes,
like that. Yeah.
yes. Let me ask you this because I do have an artist in New York, but I don't. New York is humongous, so I don't know what part. But your showcase that you're getting ready to have is that also for hip hop artists or is it Latin artists only?
It's all genres, all types of
I have to
genres.
send me the flyer. You have a official flyer
Yes,
for that.
I
Please,
got you. I'm
please
gonna
send
send
me
you.
all your stuff.
I got you. I got you.
This is really what it's about. Like I don't know a lot of people from New York. I don't know who you know from Houston. So
I
it's
don't know much.
about promoting, cross promoting though, and me bringing my people to you and your people to me, and it's
Yes.
one big networking hub. And somebody's gonna make it, and I hope they just do what some of the New York East Coast rappers did and pull each other up. You
Yes.
know, because you
Definitely.
never know. And I'm really rooting for everyone to win who's pushing themselves. I really am. So your last, let's say, shout outs, like if we didn't, we might have said it earlier, but anybody that you'd like to just shout out, period, before we wrap this up.
Oh, not a problem. Well, first I want to shout out you because you for having me here. That speaks volumes, and I appreciate your time. You're welcome. You're welcome. So, of course, you. Just quickly, my management, Jam Prime Media, Gemini Stacks, Gary Lutz. The list goes on of people just supporting me in general, and I want to thank everyone who's been by my side. So, thank you, everyone, and that.
You are a beautiful spirited person. You're beautiful on the outside, beautiful on the inside. I am really rooting for you, and I'm definitely going to be sending some prayers to you because I'm telling you, when I saw that video, it touched my heart, and it ain't a lot of stuff that really just touched my heart and stick to it. But I love spiritual music too, and I felt like she got something. So yeah, most definitely wanted to interview with you and get more familiar with you. So I'm definitely gonna keep you on my radar and please don't be afraid to send any that you have coming out to me. You can look on my page. I promote. That's just what I do.
I love that. Oh, yep. Same. Definitely. Definitely. Yes.
Oh, well, thank you again. I want to thank everyone for tuning in and everyone that was not able to tune in. That's cool because I'm getting ready to post it. I move fast.
Ooh, yes, yes. I like this. I
It
like
will be uploaded like in like an hour or less.
this. Yes.
Yeah. I really enjoyed this interview and I wish you nothing but the best and success.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And just no problem. Real quickly, you guys, you can follow me Instagram at official Vero G, website www.verogmusic.com, or my Facebook artist page at VERO2884. Yeah.
Hey, you heard it here. And you heard it exclusively on the Miss Blue Radio Show, aka Radio's Bad Ass. Y'all know what it is. Thanks for tuning in. Good night.
Yeah.